Welcome to VNfiniti,
the podcast where we talk
and you listen.
We're your hosts, Ashley
and Tori.
And we have a guest today. Her name is Anna. And Anna is here to share with us and her experiences on our topic today. I wanted to bring this topic up today because we're obviously females who are going to discuss male sexual energy and how our sexual energy as women is viewed in a masculine world. Ashley and Anna,
that's where we at.
How do y'all feel about that? Like us being able to be comfortable in our sexuality, expressing openly our sexuality, and how men, that masculine energy responds to our feminine energy, whom some may assume or some may see it as taking on masculine energy or a masculine form, and that we may pursue what we're looking for, or we may be clear in what it is that we want, or we may be forward. We may be aggressive. We may come for and be, tell you this is what we want. And so I just want your opinions and your views and your experiences around what that looks like.
I think one of the big things that's so major in the man's world to heighten men's sexual abilities. But when it comes to a woman having that same type of energy, it's always looked at in a negative way. Exactly. We're slut shamed if we want to have sex multiple times a day.
Slut shaming is really, when I tell you, it's so real. I've heard it so much, and I've experienced it to a certain extent. But
we talk about the mother of all mothers, Amber Rose, who created a whole brand out of it. She got the slut walk that she does annually, just so that it can get a different twist and a different name and a different view on the fact that women have a sexuality. We have this energy, we have the ability, to have sex. But if we are, looked at in that way, we're
ashamed to assume our own identity.
Well, because we're objectified, right? We do that.
The stuff that we have that we want to do, we're ashamed to say and put it out there. But men can do whatever they want to do. But when, we're kind of controlled in what we release, even though we want the same thing. And I don't think it's a fair situation.
No, and we're also often told, women can't be men. So when you say you only want a sexual relationship, that's really not what it is.
And I disagree because, excuse how I say it, but I've been a nigga my whole life. So I do what I want, I fuck who I want, I move how I want, and then when I decide to settle down, that's what it is. But I've never been one of those females that I'm not ashamed, I might fuck a few niggas at the same time. It is what it is. That's because that's what I choose to do. That's what I want to do because I'm in control of what I do.
My question in terms of you moving, said, with what may be. Well, right? You moving, said, if we would say, this masculine energy, what would be considered this masculine energy? But it's unfair to even title it that because it's your fucking vagina, and you should be able to, it's yours. So nothing else should be, said behind that. But when you speak on how you move, for one, versus how other women move, right? Mm-hmm. And the ability for men to move in certain spaces and be able to detach from what's happening, because according to men, there may not be any emotional attachment, sexual gratification, right? Okay. But at the same time, when you move, have you had experiences where that was so good that now I'm connected or attached in a different way because, what we consider those sexual attachments, those sexual ties, it was like that. Now I'm kind of, dick whipped. Okay. And, it's on the brain all day, every day. I can't sleep, eat, breathe without thinking about you. And we may not say I'm thinking about the dick. We might not say we're thinking about that. We might not say we're thinking about the dick. We might say we're thinking about that person, but that dick did a number
So keep it a band.
I'm
keep
saying
it a whole
in
band.
terms of the feminine and the male,
perspective.
way of moving about. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think
I
about
think it
that?
still happens on their side too. Like our pussy can be so good that they can't go
and
anywhere
I
too.
can attest to that. So me being on both sides, like, and let me keep it a buck.
A buck.
When it comes to dick, oh my God, love is the best thing in the world. But
okay,
I'm a whole bitch with a master's degree. I get my own money, so I don't need a nigga. So a lot of bitches out here doing this shit for that reason. That's not what I do. I'm attracted to dick. I love dick. Like I would. Oh my God,
which is what we're talking about, right?
That's the addiction. That's my addiction. But it's not. I can take it or leave it.
Can you take it or leave it?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Can you take it or leave it?
I can leave it, except for
you can't leave the person dick. You can't leave dick.
No, I can leave the dick. I can't leave the person.
And that's exactly what she was saying.
Yeah, I can't leave the person. It's two people that I can't leave.
Exactly. So
I can leave the dick. The
when
dick
you
ain't
say I can move about, freely and in this space and that space without attaching yourself to someone.
But that's
because
different. That's
so
relationships.
Good.
I'm talking about fucking niggas.
Nigga.
That's good money. I can do that.
I get this. That's what I'm saying, right? Because I feel like men are able to. I feel like it's said that men are easily able to
slide in and slide out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And I'm cool with that.
Right.
I'm a nigga. I can slide in and slide out. But in my 38 years, it's two that's caught me.
That's fair.
That's two.
And I'm not gonna ask what the tally looks like. I'm not gonna ask.
I don't fuck some niggas. I got no shame. I fuck some niggas.
So I'm gonna say that's all the way fair, right? And so I'm just.
And the two that caught me, I caught them too.
Okay. Put that out there.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear.
Let's be clear.
That this was this wasn't just on your behalf.
Applicable. Yeah.
Okay. And so, what's your perspective on this?
I definitely can see that there's pros and cons to it. I really feel like a woman should have rights to do whatever she wants with her vagina. Like, that's hers. If she wants 10 people to beat up the box, allow 10 people to beat up the box.
This is what I'm saying.
At any given time.
Can I say something?
Yes, all day, every day.
Can I say what you think I'm about to say?
Boo.
So
your mouth, your vagina, your mouth.
I have a boyfriend, and we've been together for about 3.5 years, and no shade, no disloyalty, whatever. But I told him I wanted to fuck other niggas. Like, with him, I want him to watch me do that. Because that's my vagina. I can do that.
You can.
And I want him to be a part of it because I give him the same thing.
Obviously, if he wants to be a part of it. But you're entitled to.
Right. And he was, we're discussing that. And I feel because it's my pussy. Yeah, it's yours too. But I feel I should be open. I was like, nigga, that's been my fantasy. I want you to have niggas fuck me, and I want you to watch it.
Okay, from a fantasy side standpoint, and just to be clear with everyone in this space, and everyone that's listening, I'm going to ask a question that probably is on every man's mind and probably is on his mind as well. He is probably thinking that he's not satisfying you. So, from that standpoint, can you give him more or give us more explanation?
He brought that up today. He was like, he thought I just wanted to fuck other niggas. And I said, no, it's not that. I just want you to watch me do that. It's just a fantasy. He puts it down. I'm good. I don't need nothing else. It's a fantasy of mine before I ever met him. So it's just something I brought to the table. And we have an open verbatim, so I feel I can share that with him, which I have shared with him. And then today, because of where we're at now, it's a problem now. So, I mean, that's fine. It's a problem. We can take it off the table.
And is it more about your sex drive? I know we're talking about that sexual energy. It's more about the sex drive.
Yeah,
so it's not that he's not satisfying you within
and that's what he thinks.
And I think that's the fair.
And he does
perspective.
He does satisfy me. Don't get me wrong. He does the most, but that was my fantasy. I wanted to.
And I think that's the fair perspective to bring in, whether it's him or anybody else. Like, I want to focus on you as the woman and me as the woman and you, Ashley, as the woman. So I want to, make it like a level ground, that I have just as much freedom and ownership
That was his thing. He said if that happened, he will allow me that. Don't get it wrong.
Because who would he be to deny you of that?
And he wouldn't. And then he was like, but then I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and it's no holds bar. But I'm not okay with that. You can have a threesome, but you can't fuck nobody how you fuck me. Like that won't happen. And then we had a conversation over the last few days. He got really real with it. Like, how would I look at you?
Exactly.
And I think that's the point.
I said, Daddy, you should have took it off the table when I first brought it up. That's our argument for the past 2 days. You should have been took it off the table if you feel.
But that would still silence you. Now I understand in the place and space of relationships, right? But as you said, this was a fantasy of yours even before him, right? So, but a fantasy is one thing. It's a desire of yours. It's your physical desire. Your body
but if you have a problem
craves. That's one thing, right? But your body, your womanly body, and all of your goddessness, your body craves, desires this sexual pleasure, regardless of what it is. It's yours, and you can take ownership of it. It's not even about that. You can take ownership of it, but the idea that you have been so vulnerable to share this with him,
and he allowed me to, and
he allowed you to.
So what hurt my feelings?
He allowed you to.
What hurt my feelings was when he got mad about it. It's a year later.
Well, because this is the point. Because this masculine
energy,
right? This masculine position is like, oh, I don't want to see you like that. You're my flower. You're my this. You're my that. And I'm still all those things, but you are robbing me of my.
So why he didn't say that? Why are we just having this conversation?
Maybe is it because that you said that he's trying to fulfill that, right?
And that's a lot.
And that's a lot. So maybe he's at the point where he feels like he's no longer fulfilling that need, and that's where the issue comes in. That he doesn't feel like he's fulfilling
it. That's an attack on that masculine energy.
He thinks I want new dick, and that's not it. It's I want you to watch what happens. That's me.
So, question: what if you weren't with him and you had video of you with another male, and he watched it? Y'all watched it together. No. Still not the same.
No, I want
you want him in the room.
And I've never ever told anybody else about it. Like, he's my best friend, so the fact that I've never told nobody this, but no, I don't. It's not that. I want to watch him fuck somebody. I want him to have a threesome. I want to watch that. Like, that turns me on.
And then the thing about that too is if he does that, he leaves himself vulnerable to you wanting the same thing.
But that's our stipulation. Which I don't give a fuck. We can have a threesome. My only thing is you can't fuck her like you fuck me. I don't care about that.
So what if she fucks you and he watches?
Would
that still satisfy your fantasy?
No, it's not the same.
It's not.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
But there's no threat there whatsoever because she can't do what he can do.
Yeah,
he's okay with that.
And so for him to perhaps having to watch another man
and that's what I want.
Another question. I'm just like really feeling this out because we're exploring the fact that this is a masculine energy, like
and he's looked at as
a
masculine world. Period.
And us exploring our sexuality becomes an issue because of the masculine world. So in this situation, do you feel like it's more of a power thing? Like you're extracting some of the power out of it from a masculine standpoint?
It might be. I didn't think about it like that.
So that it can balance out like this masculine energy.
I don't know. I like his masculine energy. I'm so the thing is I'm so dominant in my whole life. I'm so masculine in my whole life. I want somebody to take control of me for one point, and he does that, and I want him to watch it happen to me to understand why I need him. I guess I want him to see why I need you because I'm so tired of being in control. So I want you to see somebody take control of me, and then I want you to be like, fuck this shit. I need her. I need to take control of her. That's kind of, I think.
And I think we've had this conversation before that he balances you out because you need that type of energy. So to me, I look at this as the ultimate balancing act.
So with that being said, fantasy of yours, does he get to put in boundaries and limitations as to what you can do?
He can do whatever you want to do. I just wanted to get fucked. I wanted to feel how it felt to have several penetrations. That's always been a fantasy of mine. And my thing is, I never told anybody that but him. So my thing is, like I told you,
so would he be engaged in it with?
And that's the whole point. I want him to be there,
like engaged in the sexual act. With
yes,
you.
and his thing was, I'll let you do it, but I don't want to be there. I'm not gonna go step
so
out.
Is he going to be watching or is he going to be participating?
I want all of it. It could be a fantasy that's great. That's why when we fuck, he does so much shit that sex is awesome.
So Ashley, from your position in this, right? What masculine energy that we should relabel feminine energy? Because you're entitled to it because you're a woman and it's your vagina and you are an individual. I mean, I'm just saying, like, giving us,
I definitely feel like I said before, I feel like we should have the right to explore what we want to without being labeled any other name that a male is not labeled. So you put your number out there and you're a hoe automatically. But a man, whereas a man, and
if you're a man, you get props.
You get props for doing.
Especially if you're getting a lot of ass.
Yeah,
and I get it.
And that's early.
You get a lot of ass.
Well, I used to get a lot of dick, and my boyfriend knows that, and he was like, he said, "Babe, you a hoe," in their eyes, but he was like, "Shit, I'm a hoe, whatever." So we're equivalent.
And I've asked, and I've had this conversation with a lot of men, and lately, the thing about now, and I think it's becoming more acceptable, it is like, I don't want to know your number. Like,
I don't care.
That's a big thing. Like, I don't care about your number. I don't want to know your number. We good. I don't even ask that question anymore.
All I asked did you fuck my sister?
Did you? That's it.
And how long ago?
Oh, I can't.
I mean, that's real though.
It's very fair.
And for men, that's important too. Like, they may not want to know your number, but they want to make sure
you haven't been in their circle.
Yes, ain't no homie smash, right? You ain't got a name. Like, I ain't got to go somewhere with you, and they be like, "Damn, you don't wipe the jump off." Like that type of thing.
And I have a struggle with that even
because you've never.
That's not the point, right? The point is, let's just say I was a jump off, regardless. Let's just say I explored some things in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I am entitled to my womanhood. Yes. I'm entitled to grow. I'm entitled to evolve. And I'm entitled to say I want multiples or I want a single.
Or be labeled as a wife and a mother.
And be like, without you calling me the jump off or, oh man, I can't believe you wiped her. We done ran through it.
And then what's crazy about that, from a male perspective, if they were the hoe in the situation, a chick,
it's okay.
Hey, girl, what did you do to make him settle down? How you get him to settle down?
Get him?
It's an award. Like, he a trophy.
Yeah.
Let me say this, and this is, my nigga knows my hoe tendencies and everything. He knows everybody I'm fuck in the crew. I've been a hoe, and he knows I've been a hoe. And he'll tell me, "Bitch, you a hoe," and I love you because I've changed what I was. I won't like a hoe, but I did what I did.
Ain't on no streets.
Yeah.
Oh, so you ain't make money off of it?
I definitely
gave that shit away.
I definitely didn't fuck.
All right.
I definitely didn't
fuck. All right,
First of all, now you talk to somebody your mama will tell you if you ain't getting paid.
I made my money.
What are you doing?
But my whole thing is, at the end of the day,
they're not paying for it.
He knows who I was,
and he accepts you for that.
And I swear to God, and he knows, like, he's still cool with, like, I'm still friends with nigga I fuck, and they still come to the house, and he's been around them, and he's cool with that because I don't step out on him, and he knows that, like. When I'm with you, I'm with you. And
so when you talk about some real ninja shit, like, that's real ninja shit. Yeah. Like, that's like anytime, you can be like, oh no, that's my, no, we used to, but now we homeboys, because there's a lot of homegirls be lingering, right? But we used to, but we're not in that space anymore.
I done got a silent treatment before for some
But I don't like him. That's the thing. I don't like, I keep it a ball.
It was like a, wait, what? You had me around.
Well,
but he knows before.
Like that anymore. No, we just cool now. We good friends.
I don't play my baby.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's talk about that.
Right.
Okay. So then let's talk about that, because obviously there can be some sensitivity around that area, right? So you operating in that space, you being in the same space, you sharing a space. We're all here. I'm just finding out. I'm just meeting you, as a matter of fact. Okay. So
if I find out off the rip,
you might potentially find out, right here and there.
And then I'm punching you.
Okay.
You already know I'm a rock. I'm punching you in the face.
So then what I'm saying is, because men are like, yeah, I did this and I did that,
but
and they're now. Wait a minute, all true, but they're now in the same circle, or they're in the same room, or they're chit chatting, and I've had the ability to do that.
If you
disrespect
me, if you you put me in a room with somebody I didn't know you did some shit with, I'm knocking everybody fucking head off.
That's okay, right? Because a man might feel the same way. He may feel the same way.
I think that most do,
right?
Right.
If he finds out that we're all in this room right here, and you may have
what you're saying is you announce it way before. You communicate that.
Way before.
So that's the difference in that situation.
But unbeknownst, if you know you better put me in a situation where you don't fuck some of these bitches, and then it comes out, I'm knocking your fucking head off. No question.
Hey, that's still that male
I don't do that. That's so disrespectful. And then I don't keep shit from him because I respect him that much. And with situations included, if you do, I'm knocking his the fuck off, because you have no reason to lie to me. Mm-hmm. So because I'm free to do what I want to do. I have no reason to lie to you. So if you
that's a new. We're now coming into this place and space where we're like, I'd rather be open and honest with you for the sake of, me not coming to you with some bullshit. You're not finding out some bullshit in the streets. Me being true to myself and to you, and you not ever having to worry about finding out some shit about me that I didn't share with you first. I think you have to have and that's relationship.
Yeah. One of the things that I think I want to talk about is the fact that, so we talked about our energy that we bring and comparing it with how men are viewed versus how women are viewed. When it comes to the bedroom and that same masculine energy, men want us to bring it there too. Mm-hmm. From my experience and from what I know, they get tired of initiating, they get tired of bringing it. So when we initiate, or when we bring that same energy to the table, what does that feel like?
Well, when it comes to us, I'm all for it. I love to do the extra shit, and I love to come and be the extra. But he likes to be dominant, so it doesn't matter what I do. He likes to. He puts himself into the control.
He gets in the driver's seat.
He has to.
And see, from my experience, and maybe it's because of my personality. Normally during the day, on any given day, if I ever switch it up to be like,
let me get it,
let me bring it, I'm fumbling you. It seems to bring out.
Is there resistance?
It'll be like,
so you get resistance, but for me, it's more of a. From my perspective, I feel like I've gotten more of a, where is this chick been?
No,
exactly. And that's the same thing. It's hold on, wait a minute.
I get an okay, and then he takes over.
What you been doing?
No,
I get an okay, all right, but 2 seconds he takes over. It doesn't matter. He's not going. No. He's never going to be dominant.
See, in my experience, it's been more of, I need this chick to show up
more often. Okay, that's okay.
Oh, that's sexy. I like that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
But I was just wondering, is that often? How has that worked in previous relationships? You said that he normally, from your perspective, he normally just takes over and drives.
Doesn't matter.
He
don't like that.
He don't like that. In my experience, it's more so. Wherever you got that chick from, bring her back.
I love that.
Bring her back.
I love that.
And you are saying that it's wait a minute, hold up,
something's changed.
Something's changed. What's up with this new person?
Yeah, I may get that reaction, in terms of what brought that on, that type of reaction, or it may be the reaction of, I can tell you were 2 sheets in the wind last night. and so when you 2 sheets in the wind,
hey, I get that too. I've gotten that too.
And then so the next day I might be like, yeah, I must have been 2 sheets in the wind because, my body says that.
Hey, I need this now.
No, my body says some shit happened.
Yeah.
Different.
Oh, your body do. Your body do.
Yeah. Well, what? I mean, naturally when you're like, hold up, wait, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's a little,
Yeah.
okay, a little tender
So
there.
So I think women can get in the mood. I think maybe it depends upon the man. But I find that some men really, really do appreciate and like
that type.
Yeah. Where has she been this whole time?
Right. And so with that, we were talking about how men respond to, women kind of turning up the heat. You know what I mean?
Because, you were talking about how he would take over,
right? Or taking possession, or taking control of the situation, right? And so, Ashley, you were saying that your experience is that he may say, "Oh, who's she?
Yeah,
where's she been? And and I like the way she showed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, am I going to see her again?
So my question to you is, what brings the difference in when?
Because I was going to say that there must be a level of comfort with
Yes.
that, or
I think it's a level of comfort, and then I also think it's a level of tequila. Like,
let's talk about the level of tequila.
The level of tequila.
Is it that you turn up when there's alcohol involved? So when it's natural, then
I think
everybody has a different turn up.
And
I think that's part of it. So like you have the natural comfort, and then you have the things
that
get you comfortable.
Yeah, because I'm out of my inhibition.
Yeah.
So now I can.
Every once in a while, you might wake up. I might, be like, oh, I feel a little nasty.
Yes, baby. But with that, right? Okay, so cool. But you may be one person when you are sober versus the other person who might show up when we've reached that level of tequila, right?
Oh, okay.
No, not just comfort, tequila. Because tequila and comfort, even with comfort, you may not take things to...
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even Beyonce has alter egos.
Right?
Sasha Fierce.
And we're all entitled.
And now she got this other chick that I don't know who she is.
And we're all entitled. But what I'm saying to you is, when you reach that level of tequila, and then you turn on and turn all the way up, you are perhaps taking control of your sexual desires. You're owning them.
So you're that different nasty bitch.
But not even just that different nasty bitch. You are, it's not necessarily making demands, but you're taking control of I'm taking control of my sexual pleasure, my sexual desire in this moment. I'm not thinking about being judged. I'm not thinking about how you're going to look at me in the morning. I'm not thinking about... Yeah.
So you make him own that.
But do you require tequila to get to that place in space?
No,
okay.
Not all the time.
Okay, if you don't require tequila, do you do that on a sober mind?
Right. Do you do that on a regular basis?
The level of comfort isn't on a regular basis. And then on top of that, not everybody deserves.
Not everybody deserves that level of... No. It's about what you deserve. It's about what you deserve.
But that's not the question. The question is, do you do that on a sober mind?
Yes.
Oh, no, but wait a minute. Wait. Okay.
Like I said, it depends upon that level of comfort.
So when y'all in that space,
if you have that chemistry and you have that space,
you'll do the same thing.
That energy just comes out. Like some people you have that chemistry with
all day.
And that energy is just a burning fire.
Oh my God!
Internally for both of you. And then it happens. It gets to that point where it's just like, oh, you can make me do all kinds of nasty shit, and I ain't even got to drink nothing,
I want
smoke nothing.
That I gotta get drunk to fuck them. But when it comes to, I have to. When it comes to daddy, nigga, he can open the door and panties is dropping. Sober mind. So it's that person and it's that connection. So I definitely couldn't understand that. It's that connection.
It's that chemistry.
Now, do you feel like it's the same way with men? Do you feel like do you feel like men operate in that same space?
I do because I've known and I've had conversations with men that are just like that they will get in a place with a woman, like they might be like, oh, she's attractive, she's this, they may get in the moment and it's like limp. Because there's no and I've been in a space with someone in a prior lifetime that was like,
so if
we got to that point and the chemistry just wasn't there, and it was awful. And you could tell if the chemistry was there, the shit would be off the chain, because it was like.
So say you're in a situation. Because let me say this too. This is when my old man got into me. He was like, and we're real honest with each other. He was like, you would fuck anybody drunk. Because
as we pour shots of 1800.
I have a sex addiction. I have a problem with that,
and I don't think that we've addressed that. I don't think we've spoke from that topic, and that may be a topic for. I mean, that may be a discussion for another episode, but definitely relevant.
He's concerned about that. Granted, that's fine, whatever. So his main concern now is like the shit I do with you because of my addiction. What you do with anybody else? And as of now, because of how I feel about him, hell fucking no, I would never step out. But
so I think maybe he's thinking from a sober mind, you understand that, but from and
he knows I get drunk, so he was like, "Would you get drunk and fuck around?"
No,
and I definitely
like your loyalty at this point.
My loyalty
would never allow that to happen.
Allow you to be in that situation where it would happen.
But
I think that's where people.
She can be in that situation where it can happen, but it's still not going to
happen. But I understand. I understand his. I understand that point. So my thing with you is sober or not. Would you, with your situation, venture? Could you walk in the door with your situation and panties dropping? Do you feel the same?
Sober too.
Sober, yeah, that's the thing.
Depends on the situation.
Definitely interesting conversation.
I think it deserves more thought. So hit us up at any time on Twitter or on Instagram at VNfiniti. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for tuning in.